A plan that will give me the greatest Christmas gift of all time.
A fur-lined toilet seat?
No, jackass!
What? Hello everybody, and happy holidays! This week, I thought it'd be fun to review one of my favorite episodes of Robotboy. I mentioned in my review a few weeks back that Christmas Evil is one of my favorite episodes, so what better time than now would be to talk about it? July? Heck no. Grab yourself some Sprite Cranberry and get comfy as I regale you with this episode and my thoughts. It starts out with Constantine in a meat freezer surrounded by all sorts of things, especially minions. Gee, I wonder if we're gonna see them later in the episode. Kamikaze, in all his evilness, locks Constantine in the freezer so he can test something out, that being the thermostat. The temperature becomes so low that it actually freezes the radio playing Christmas music, delighting him. It would delight me too if this happened to every loudspeaker playing Christmas music before late November. We cut to the Turnbull household, where Tommy and his friends are watching TV. Just as a Christmas special is about to come on, Gus turns it off, proclaiming he's already seen it. So what? Just because you've seen it doesn't mean you're everyone else in the room. In fact, rewatching something can help you pick up on extra details or just make for some good background audio. That's what I do when I'm bored and I feel like rewatching somebody's videos. Anyways, Tommy and Lola talk about how Gus doesn't like Christmas because he ends up on the naughty list. But this year, Gus has a scam to ensure otherwise. Yeah, we'll see about that. Donnie comes into the room and we get a shot of him trying to tighten his glutes with a device. Pleasant. My favorite part about this scene is showing his gruff and tough personality through a few words and actions alone, especially with just snapping his fingers. This prompts Gus to turn on the TV, which leads us to a Britney Spears video?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, it was the early 2000s. I can't deny she was a part of my childhood. Lola complains that pop songs are cheesy, and I'm inclined to agree. They're designed to be this way just so that it gets stuck in your brain like gum on a sidewalk. I do find myself revisiting a lot of them when I'm in the mood for a nostalgia trip, especially Maroon 5. Something about Adam Levine's voice draws me back in for another listen every time. Tommy says that Donnie's in it for the babe factor, but Donnie adds that it's something about talent. That's a line I can root for! Woo! Afterwards, Brittany, Brenda, gets squashed by a wrecking ball and a new artist group is cued onto the stage. The Doctor is insane, starring Dr. K and Constant Motion. They sing a song that just has to be heard to be believed.
Christmas will not come this year. Children will cry with pain. All of their toys ground to dust. Santa locked in chains.
After listening to it, Tommy and the gang run off. Donnie continues to watch, declaring he will vote for the babe. Good choice, Donnie. Meanwhile, Constantine and Dr. Kamikaze talk about their plan, Constantine questioning its stability. This is where Dr. Kamikaze reveals it's a part of the plan in order to get himself the best gift of all. I love an old-fashioned fake-out, as it's in Kamikaze's character to go great lengths to try and get Robotboy. Constantine guesses the gift is a fur-lined toilet seat, which I think is a great guess. Anything that makes your time on the toilet better is definitely one of the best gifts ever. Have you seen bidets? This leads to the scene I played at the beginning. Okay, time for a tangent. I don't think ass is such a vulgar word. If anything, it's the least vulgar along with bitch, considering the regular use of being words for a male donkey and a female dog, respectively. I might be biased because of my love for animals, but I'm just surprised that this instance slipped past and ended up on Cartoon Network of all places. It's giving me shades of when pissed was said on Regular Show and Foster's Home. My only reason for how this happened is that other countries and languages are lighter on painting certain words as swears, and considering this is a European production, that adds up. So Kamikaze declares that the gift is Robotboy, and as it turns out, they were swimming towards the North Pole as they spoke. We cut back to Tommy's room where he and his friends discuss Kamikaze's plan. Will is not too sure about it, believing something's up. Smart kid! It's then that we go to the North Pole, where Santa's getting ready for takeoff while his elves load up the gifts. He asks one elf who a pile of gifts is for, and they say it's for the Extremely Needy Orphans Institute. Funnily enough, there is an orphanage in the city. But Santa instantly knows from the address that it's Gus. Guess this is really the omnipresent kind of Santa that knows every kid and where they live. I love those kinds. It really gives a magical atmosphere about him. Oh, and nice try, Gus. Maybe he would have bought it if he used a totally different address. Santa declares he has something special for him, and shortly after, the ground shakes and Kamikaze's ship bursts out from underneath the ice. Kamikaze threatens that they surrender at once, which is quickly met with a snowball to the face and a gaggle of giggles, with a hearty laugh from Santa on the side. Kamikaze isn't backing down from this demand as he unleashes the minions from earlier. Nice foreshadowing from earlier, guys. We see the Turnbull residence again, and everyone's asleep. Everyone except Tommy and Robotboy. He's wearing an adorable coat, but Ro isn't wearing anything, declaring the cold won't be a problem for him. I don't know, man. My iPhone and iPad have both lost their battery power pretty easily on bone cold days. Luckily, I've come to realize that tucking them back in my bag if I want to listen to audio helps me get through the weather with them. They fly off to the North Pole together. Upon arriving, they hear Constantine's voice, prompting Tommy to tell Ro to use silent mode, which still has a loudness factor to it. Nice job on the naming, guys. They soon find Santa, who's been tied up! Kamikaze and Constantine are right near him, which prompts Tommy to declare that they won't be able to stop Christmas and commands Robotboy to attack. Kamikaze retaliates that by telling Constantine to use his contraption, it'll blast cool air onto Robotboy. Tommy says it won't work, but Kamikaze retorts that it will, on his batteries. Thanks to the experiment from earlier, this proves to be correct, and Robotboy is captured in his powered down mode. Dr. Kamikaze and Constantine make a swift getaway, but not before the former slows down to steal a present. How evil! Tommy insides Santa, who thanks him before revealing that he's also a beefcake Santa with a massive ponytail. This begs the question of if he eats the cookies people leave out for him. I'd say most likely. Man, that has to be the largest cheat day I've ever heard for anyone in existence. He flexes his beefcake self by materializing 2 guns and declaring that nobody comes to North Pole and messes with him. He insists to Tommy that they're going to get his little toy back. It's then that Tommy admits to Santa that his toy is actually a high-tech robot and his best friend. Considering that Santa is meant to be kept a secret as well, and with how he does things, it makes sense to me that Tommy would tell him about Ro. However, Santa was talking about Tommy's gift from him, not Robotboy. It's just what Tommy wanted, enamoring him. They get into a reindeer aircraft and fly off towards Kaziland. Kamikaze is looking through some mail, and Constantine asks if Robotboy will beat him up once he defrosts. Kamikaze doesn't even look up, and offhandedly says that he removed Robotboy's batteries. They are alerted about Santa and Tommy's arrival, which Kamikaze assures will be taken care of by his laser security. Santa then proceeds to evade the lasers and blast through, taunting Kamikaze in the process. Frustrated, he sends out his next line of defense, his minions! Santa and Tommy land, running towards one of the base's doors. Santa opens up the door with an explosive, which blasts it right open without causing any debris. How polite. However, the minions are right in front of them, blocking their path. Santa proceeds to beat up the first group with ease, but the second group is now armed, causing him to call it a decision to retreat. They run out, and Santa seals up the door with his gun. Afterwards, he declares they'll bomb the base from a low altitude. Tommy refuses, not wanting them to harm Robotboy. Santa retorts that he still needs time for himself to slide down chimneys, fully showing he was only after Tommy's gift. This does give Tommy the idea for him to drop in through the hole in the volcano, though. Constantine unwraps Tommy's gift, revealing it was a human fist toy with batteries. He's pretty peeved it's not a singing pony. Who could blame him? It's not even close! This is why we don't steal random gifts and try regifting them, guys. Tommy climbs down and sees Robotboy, who has a cute bow on him. Aww. He gives away his position for the sake of a one-liner and tries to turn Robotboy back on. Kamikaze tells him about the removed batteries and commands Constantine to get him. Constantine, however, is still upset about his gift and reluctantly agrees, plopping Tommy's gift on the ground as he approaches him. Tommy then remembers that his gift came with the free batteries and grabs up his box, taking them out and activating Ro with them. Quick thinking, Tommy! They get out of the base, where a super-activated Robotboy attacks the minions. This is short-lived when some of them start subduing him with laser guns. Kamikaze calls an early victory, but then Santa flies back in and absolutely annihilates the laser minions. Like, dang! Was he flying so fast he disintegrated them? He and Robotboy then take on the minions together, a delight Tommy watching. The next morning, we see the Turnbulls opening gifts, Donnie getting a pair of nunchucks. To be honest, I don't remember if he actually used them in any of the other episodes. Oh well. Debbie gives Tommy another gift from Santa, this one being for Robotboy. He opens it, and it's a matching coat to his. I thought that was so sweet. He puts it on Ro and tells him Merry Christmas, which causes his powered-down eyes to glow slightly. The episode ends on the outcome of Gus's plan. He runs to his Christmas tree and opens his presents, only to be blasted by a massive fart. Yup, no coal, all fart. We get to see how this came to be, and then Santa and an elf breaks the fourth wall by telling us,
Merry Christmas, Gus.
All in all, it was a solid Christmas special, with quite a few laughs, a cute consideration towards the end, and another failed kamikaze plan. This is definitely one of my favorite renditions of Santa. He's the best of both worlds, being a tough commando when need be, but recognizing the care people can have in things that have more than they seem to them. In a way, he might have seen himself in Ro, considering his usual image as compared to ripping off his shirt and materializing laser guns. Tommy ended up going in over his head, but considering the outcome, I'd say it paid off in this instance. If you want to check this out for yourself, here's the episode's timestamp on the original video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all have an awesome Christmas.